Let's go. Hello, everybody. It's about 4 hours before Wonderland, the challenge event on Empires and Puzzles, April of 2020. I talk about challenge events and I love them. Tonight, I wanted to make a quick video on some tips. And with Wonderland coming, I thought it was a great time. I'm probably going to try and do a video on beta characters and speculation. There's some posts on the internet that I was going to show off. This video just gives a few tips and tricks, how to level, how to beat Wonderland. I don't consider myself the best by any means. Before doing this, I watched Anchor's How to Beat Any Level stage. I highly recommend it because I'm not going to be showing gameplay if you're trying to beat a level in Wonderland. I'm going to give some tips for the Path of Valor going on now. I'm a relatively new player. I started in November. I've gotten pretty far. I'm at level 41, maybe 42. I think I'm 41. I've gotten to level 14 on the Path of Valor in 2 days. I had hoarded some summon tokens. I'll give advice on how to get through this quickly. You can't hoard summon tokens for the event because it's already come. But I bet I'm going to get through gain experience pretty quickly. I'm going to do stage 3 of Wonderland, rare, over and over again. It's one of the quickest and best ways to level. That's going to be one of the points and tips in the video. I'm hoping to get through Legendary Wonderland. It'll be my first Legendary Challenge event completed. I'm pretty new to the game. While I'm looking at it, I'm going to talk about how to get through Path of Valor. I guess Path of Valor will be first. Titans, you can dispute these facts with me. I'm up for challenge. If you leave it in my comments. I like likes, but I also like comments. I enjoy going back and forth with people. If you think anything's wrong, let me know. I'll try and correct myself if I think something I said is wrong too. But I enjoy making these. I enjoy chatting with you. I enjoy the game. I do my best to chat with people who watch the videos. Let's see. What I heard today in a chat, I was on the Anchor live stream earlier. Somebody said if you merc, you can easily get Titan kills. So, I mean, going to other guilds and helping out with the Titans, if your guild approves of that, I probably personally wouldn't do it. I had no trouble with the Titans last time. But if I'm running low at the end, I might consider merking and running around the internet, going to alliance just to get my Titans done. Tournaments have been going well for me. That was one of the reasons I only got to 47 last time. If you refresh a tournament, you get all your strikes. I thought it just gave you 1 for the 75 gems. It gives you a clean slate of 4 strikes to restart the tournament. Today, last I knew I was at top 10% in the tournament, but I do have 3 of the 4 strikes, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to need that 75 gem refresh. I'm winning a lot on defense, which makes me happy. Winning raids. A lot of teams drop their defense, and that's a great way to get a streak going. I didn't have trouble with winning raids last time. I generally keep my energy not letting itself full, so I'm always using it. A lot of people are going to drop, I've seen it a few times, and it's helped me win, but it also helps people get revenge, is they drop their teams to all 3 stars. I don't know if that needs to be done. If you need to do it, it works to get successful revenges. People will attack you. It'll drop your trophies, but it'll also make it easier to get revenge. Getting XP. Just do rare 3 on auto repeat. There's an auto button in the corner. It'll get you through. I'll give a tip on autoing quicker later. Stack the events in the order. Stack the events the way you read, left to right, or stack your characters left to right for autoing. Realizing that the characters on the left are going to go off first. So if you have somebody who buffs your team, put them on the left because like Bold Tusk buff is going to go off first, and then all the characters are going to go from left to right when they're on auto. So you're going to want like buffs first, buffs and debuffs first, because that's going to be how the game autos, and it's going to get you through those stages quicker. I've been known to beat my times in like challenge events by having the auto go, because I just auto so many times on rare 3 that sometimes my best is an auto. It's just the luck of the draw. Yeah, this is my second time doing this challenge event. It's the first time I've done a Wonderland. Wonderland was my first challenge event, and Wonderland is now my second. This is my second time doing Wonderland. It was a few months ago. There was a lot of things I didn't realize about Wonderland, like you could do the levels over and over again. You get a ton of XP from doing the levels in these. It's a way to hog up XP. The drawbacks are it doesn't give you food and it doesn't give you iron. So that makes it tricky, but you do get heroes. You get a lot to level with. I use a trick I learned. I hoard my food in my training camp 20 and in my training camp 11 so I can pass back and forth and create recruits and get an excess of food. Grab that while it's there. I guess those are my tips on Path of Valor. The next trick is Wonderland. It's not up yet. I have a poster, and I'll talk over the poster. You can screenshot this. You can look at it. It kind of gives you the gist of what's coming in Wonderland. I'll talk to this briefly. You know green is going to reflect. In most challenge events, most people stack their red teams. Red seems to be the color. I bought the Hidden Blade for $1.99. I use Shopkick and Google Play surveys to get money. I don't spend a lot on the game, unlike some other players. I enjoy spending money on the game when I have it, but I'm not in an excess of money right now, so I don't want to spend on the game. One of the aspects I enjoy is beating players who spend a ton. What was I talking about? Oh, my team. There's your heroes. Rudolph or Namahaji is the way to go, I think, for the challenge events 3 stars. A team of those. I've got 1 Rudolph, 1 Hawk Moon costumed, 1 past max Nashgar, and by the time Wonderland is up and getting going, I'm going to have a second Rudolph. I've got quite a bit in the red category. I'm probably going to use Blacksmith Gunner as well for my 3 star. What I did was I bought the Hidden Blade for Gormick. I'm hoping I can beat the Legendary. It might be point at Black Knight, point at Bold Tusk, Sabina, and Gormick, or I might just do the full color stack with Scarlet at 3rd Ascension. Or I might even try a 3 star in there to beat the Legendary. It might be Blacksmith Gunner. It might be Ascendant Hawkmoon because they don't have a healer. I'll play along and get a feel for it, or I might just do a 3-2 with like Wukong and Guardian Jackal, but I know Guardian Jackal's squishy. Those might be my epic, with the exception of Black Knight. I should have no trouble with the epic because I've gotten 2 epics done now pretty easily. But that should be my epic and my legendary team. I'll figure that out as it goes. I'm really hoping to beat it. My Path of Valor is not dependent on beating the challenge events. That was another big reason I missed getting all the Path of Valor points, was the challenge events. So, hoping to beat Wonderland. Let's see, in my tips. Some of them I might have said. I gave about 15 tips. I have them listed as 10, but I bet there will be more as I go through this list. These are kind of advanced tips. You can watch videos from Nitty Lion Roar, whom I loved. I learned a lot about the game from him when I was a beginner. If you really kind of want advanced tips, I think this will be a good place to get them. What I found in the game is when I'm attacking purple or yellow, the dichotomy between them is purple and yellow are strong against their opposites and weak against their opposites. Most colors, when you strike green, for example, you strike for blue, but blue is going to be weak against green, and blue is going to be strong against red, but red is going to be strong against blue. With the purple-yellow dichotomy, it's just different. They're strong against their opposites, so you want to wing your purples and your yellows. This is going to be a tip from me. This is one of my number 1 tips. When I'm fighting purple and yellow titans or purple and yellow battles like Ursina, I tend to put my purples in the wings and in the flanks. If it's a yellow titan, we've got the rare eagle, for example, right now, my guild does. I put my purples in the wings because I know like the middle is more likely to get hit. So it's better to have the characters who are going to get hit least in the wings. So if you're fighting a yellow boss, for example, you put your purples in the wings. With the Ursina fight, it's you put the yellows in the wings and the purples can go in the center. Like I think Sabina was in the wing or in the tank or the flank against Ursina, and then I had Guardian Jackal who was squishy, and I don't think he was all the way maxed yet in the sides against Ursina. That was a tough fight. I wasn't nearly ready. I don't think my yellows were maxed even then. So I had a tough fight. I did pay to continue, something I don't like doing. I talked about the bonuses of costumes in a different video. Costumes do give a bonus when you get them fully ascended, the costume. It gives 10% health to the character, 3% defense, 3% mana generation, and 3% attack maybe. Something like that. They're easy to level. They're easier to get emblems because you get 2 classes from the costume. You can change your character over. You have more of classes you might not have had an abundance of to get the emblems done. Emblems are great to have. Costumes are easy to level. That's all I'm going to say on that because I made a video. You can look it up about costumes. Read the abilities well. Reading is important in life as well as this game. Reading your character's abilities, you may miss things. I knew Black Knight gave a taunt that blocked characters from using their specials on your team. I did not realize for a long time that he granted all allies 40% up and a 20. I'm just realizing now that he grants a 20% increase every time they're hit during the 3 turns that they have attack up. That's huge. I wish I'd realized he gave a 20% attack increase. I always use him, so it doesn't matter because I was going to use him anyway, knowing that he gave a 45% increase. But just reading your character's abilities and knowing them well can help you in the game. I talked about stacking your characters for left to right for autoing. I don't know if that helps on defense. I do know it helps with autoing. It'll get, if you stack the buffers on the left, they're going to shoot their buffs off quicker, like the attack up. That's going to get the auto done faster if you auto the game a lot. Rare 3 of the challenge event to level if you're trying to level quickly. Rare 3 is the way to go. It's the highest XP I've seen in the game because it's 1 energy for 900 XP. That's a huge return. Even the quests where it's like an XP quest, they cost 16 or 12 to get 9,000 XP. So if you do some math, that's a huge return on your investment. A tip that I'll add on that is doing math in this game helps a lot. It's my 10th tip, but now it's my 7th. Doing math in this game helps a ton. You can calculate what's going to happen. A few calculations in this game go a long way for planning. Using your energy wisely. If you're serious about the game, you use it up before bed or work. You can auto it out. You can just get rid of it. You can use auto tickets. If you're a beginner, you might not know where they are. If I want to auto a level, let's say this level all gets autoed a lot for opening chests. Auto win. I have 501 tickets, or I fight and I hit the button in the upper right corner, the auto button, which I talked about earlier in this video. Using your energy up keeps you leveling, keeps you going forward before long tasks where you're not going to be able to play the game like work or bed at night. The next tip is utilize the auto video, but so many tips in this video have emphasized that already that I don't need to expand on that anymore. Flash times, timing, leveling. First, we'll talk about flasks. There's a good time to use flasks. I used 1 or 2 flasks during Atlantis, sometimes 3, depending on the number of flasks I have. And I use a ton during the challenge events because my play style is XP hog. I like being at endgame. I like having more world energy. I really like leveling, so I have 9 flasks right now, and I'm going to get a few more from the challenge events. I'll probably use these whole 9 flasks, and then the reward for doing well in the challenge event is more flasks, which will get used on Valhalla, and they'll probably get used more on Atlantis Rises. I really wish they do Valhalla better, like Atlantis Rises. I'm not getting a savings from it. My pulls have been crappy. Probably not going to use, maybe we'll use 1 flask on Valhalla, but we'll probably not use too many. They'll get used on Atlantis Rises. But mostly I use my flasks on challenge events and to time leveling sometimes too, if I want that level for a Titan. Next tip, flask times. There's great times to use flasks, and it's just not good to use flasks at an average time. You need some stimulus, something that's going to pay back your flask use. Somebody wanted to level Taloria in my guild today, in my alliance today, so they used flasks to get through the challenge Spring Val event, which isn't a challenge event, but it had good rewards, so they were going to get their Taloria. There's advantage. You usually want an advantage for using a flask, is my opinion on flasks. Drill down into the ground. Timing your leveling. Use up all your energy before you level. All types: Titan energy, Raid energy. Leveling is equal to 3 flasks in this game. Most players know that. It's great to level. You get a lot for it. Flasks can be hard to come by. So time your leveling. It's equal to getting a World Energy Flask fed to you, Titan Flask, and a Raid Energy Flask, which is extremely useful. Get all those down before you level. Your alliance will be happy with you. Almost always I do the quests. Sometimes the challenge events are worth more in XP, so I disregard some quests at that time. Maybe during Atlantis Rises I'll disregard a few quests, but generally I get my quests done on the daily. Let's see my quest screen. Quests offer a lot of bang for the buck. They're pretty good in XP. Do the quests. I'll get through Springvale. I'm not that worried about it. I'm most of the way through easy. I've done stage 1 on the hard to use the turtle banners. Typically, I use all my resources. I try not to let anything spill over. I'm very low on iron. If I have the VIP pass, I typically always have 2 things building. I was a little miffed because I can switch a building to Hunter's Lodge. I quickly leveled my stuff, but my Hunter's Lodge can't do anything because I can't store 2,800 iron. It's 2,777, I think, to use to research a harpoon. So if I have a Hunter's Lodge, it's useless right now because I don't have the food to do the research on the items built. So I've got 3 forges. If I was a young player, I would recommend maybe not building a forge. Somebody in my alliance said they only have 1 forge, and that's not the worst thing to do. Another tip for the Path of Valor is it's going to ask you to have items built for the dailies. I just got my forge from 12 to 19. It was days of building. I know I can research these in 12 hours. I meant to research dragon banners because they're useful earlier. I've got plenty of food now, so I'm going to do that now. It shuts my forge down for a little bit, but I built a ton of items earlier. Having a ready forge and some items ready is great for the Path of Valor. That's one of the things I didn't say, but it will be a daily. Doing quests is great. I was talking about that and I got sidetracked. Almost always do all the quests. I didn't talk about this, but more important than quests is opening your chests, your wanted chests. I skip ahead so that they're ready in the morning before work and ready in the evening, usually before I go to bed. I pay a few gems, usually 1 to 3. This one will probably get done today because it'll be tournament in the morning. Let's see how my tournament's going. Still top 10. See how my defense did. It's doing pretty great. Black Knight is key. Double stack yellows because there's no double stack blues because there's no green in this tournament. Think through the game pretty hard. As I said before, and it's going to be my last tip again, planning goes a long way. I emphasized it a lot with Wonderland, but keep great 3 stars. It's a great tip for beginner players, or if you're a later player and you don't have a good 3-star team. 3 stars go a long way in challenges. They go a long way in tournaments. It's a great way to get far along in the game if you have nothing else. It's a way to win tournaments. I was 1% for the first time in the last tournament because it was a 3-star tournament. Just a good mix of 3-star tunes goes a long way. It gets you, sometimes I haven't had good wars lately. A couple months ago I was thriving in the wars. I was getting like 200 points. Now I'm barely getting 100. Usually I'm doing better it was always I started with a great first hit, but now I'm trying to do more for the team. And I'm going for middles and trying to take out guys so other people can pick apart. Having 3 stars is great early on because it gives you that 5th and 6th team for wars. You can mix it with other colors. Strong 3 stars are good. They get a war team built quickly. You want to get rid of them eventually because you want 6 powerful teams. But getting out there, 3 stars are going to be very helpful because you're not going to find that many 4 stars and 5 stars. So keep great 3-star teams. Planning does a lot in this game. I enjoy the planning and the strategy aspect. Math and planning are useful. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any counterpoints or you want to debate anything or you think I missed anything, let me know. If you enjoyed the video, you're welcome to subscribe or like the video. Thank you. Stay healthy. Have a great night.